What up, internet? Do you even know why we're here? Do you even know why we're here sitting here right now? We might be able to hear Chidori right now too. Guys, it's been a long time since I've done one of these. I've been getting asked and asked and asked and asked and asked when the next one's gonna come out. Story time. With Lou and Monkey Boy, Gabe G over here.
Monkey Boy.
Monkey Boy. Yeah, we gotta commission that lady to give us more.
Oh yeah, the e-baker.
Yeah. Anyway, this story is gonna be the first time I got high.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah. So.
Don't tell another story.
No, tell another story.
Right.
My mom thinks that if you smoke weed and you get high, you just start going around choking motherfuckers without uncontrollably. So anyway, I went over a close buddy of mine at a party, just a hang out party with all his friends, and he invited me to go over his house. Now,
How old are you?
this is not that long ago, actually.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say it was my age.
No.
I was gonna say.
This is actually. Fuck, I don't even. Anyway, that doesn't matter. So we went over his house, and it was just me, my wife, which was my fiance at the time, that ago, and we're over there. We're just having a good time, right? No, mind you, my wife doesn't like the whole getting high either, so I had to keep that a secret. Secret no more. So I go over there, and Carlos's girlfriend at the time, she had a bunch of cookies, special cookies.
Oh no.
So she says, "Hey man, you want a cookie?" I'm like, "Sure, no problem." She told me what it was. It wasn't like she's like,
"Surprise, motherfucker."
So she gave me the cookie. I ate it. I'm like, "Okay, that's pretty cool." I ate the whole cookie, by the way. It's pretty big. It's like this big. So then 10 minutes happen and nothing happens, right? I'm like, oh, okay. That's pretty cool. So then I go to the basement. And I'm looking at Carlos's pop figure collection, right? So then Carlos has a chair that reclines all the way back. So then he has a very little Ant-Man, the tiny one. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
So he has a little Ant-Man pop that's tiny, it's like this big. So as I'm reclining back, I'm looking at this thing, and then out of nowhere I see. So the pop is like moving now. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is this? So then I go back up, and everything is.
It's like moving.
Yeah. So you see.
Background. Yeah.
Well, no, it's like I leave a trail behind. Like my body has to catch up to so it's leaving like a trail behind me. Yeah, so I'm like, whoa, I'm like, this is actually pretty cool.
That effect right now.
Yeah, so I had that effect. I'm like, man, this is pretty cool. So then I go, oh, I guess this is what it's like to get high. And it was a really trippy feeling. Like I'm getting kind of, you know. So I'm like, all right, let me get back upstairs. I'm like, I'm getting a little paranoid right now. So I go back upstairs, and I sit down. And as I sit down, my friend's brother comes around. He actually watches the channel too, so you know who you are. He comes around and he sits down next to me. And at this point, that movement is speeding up a little bit. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm just sitting there like, oh, what is going on right now? So he sits down and he goes, and it sounds just like that. He goes, hey man, you play Magic? And I just hear like, man, I'm high as fuck right now. And I'm like, nah, dude, I don't. And he goes, you want to check out my deck? I go, yeah, sure. So he gives me his deck, and I'm just looking at this thing. Now, I'm not even reading the cards. I'm just like, man, what the fuck am I going to do right now? And then as I'm going, it's just going faster and faster and faster. So then I put the cards down, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, I don't feel so good. So I get up and I stumble my way. I don't think anybody noticed, but I'm stumbling my way, and I go into the bathroom. We're in the bathroom, I close the door, and then I just sit down in the toilet. And then at this point, it went from just a small to like sonic speed, and everything is just racing in my head. I'm like, fuck, am I gonna die right now? And I'm just sitting in the toilet, man. I just need to throw up. So I go and I go around and I try to vomit it, and nothing's coming out. And then I sit back up and I'm like, oh fuck, what is this? So then that's when it at that point, boom. You know the stereotypical, you're in space and you're just floating? That was me. Like, I felt like I was in outer space just floating. I'm like, oh my god, it's going too fucking fast. So
if they want no more.
no, I fucking left. If anything, I went to their home planet at this point. So I'm just like, oh my fucking god, it is going so fast. Everything's moving so fast. And I'm traveling in light speed in space. Like, I see all this neon shit next to me. I'm like, oh my god. How do I get down? So as I'm traveling through light speed and I'm over here just going along with the ride. At first it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty nice. And then motion sickness kicked in. So at that point, I put my head back a little. So I'm like, I need to sleep. I need something, or else I feel like my heart is just gonna explode. And I'm like, am I gonna? Like, I felt paranoid as fuck. I'm like, man, I need to call Allie. I'm like, if I call her, she's gonna kill me. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So the motion sickness kicks in. So when I pull my head back, I feel like I'm gonna do 360s. So as soon as that happens, I get up and I'm like, bleh, and I get on the toilet. I'm ready to throw up, but I don't throw up. Nothing comes out. I'm like, all right. So I'm leaning on the toilet like this, going forward, falling, and if I put my head back, I start going backwards. As soon as I put my head back, I get motion sickness again because it feels like I'm just spinning, and the motion sickness is so bad. So I'm over here as soon as I put my back again, and I'm like, man, I just need to throw up. If I throw up, I feel like I'll be back to normal. Nothing happened at that point. I think it was at least half an hour after this happened. So at this point, I had already ingested it. That shit's already in my system. I just gotta wait for the ride to end. So then I'm in this toilet for what seems like an eternity, and after like 30 minutes, I get somebody knocking. Hey man, are you okay? I'm like, oh, no, I don't feel so good, man. He's like, what happened? And I'm like, well, you see, I had this cookie, and I didn't even finish it, and they go, oh, fuck. He's like, look, man, you're high as fuck. He's like, we're gonna set up the thing in the basement for you. If you can manage to get down there, just sleep, dude. You just need to sleep it off. But at this point, I'm like, dude, I'm like going 1,000 miles. I'm like, there's no way I could even move. Like, I was gone. Like, I couldn't physically move my body without feeling like my head's about to go everywhere, right? So after this trip of I must have gone through like 10 galaxies at this point, and I finally get a little bit back of my senses. I'm like, oh, this is the worst thing I've experienced in my life. So then after being there for what must have been like 40 minutes, it felt like an eternity though. I'm like all I can think about is like, man, fuck, I gotta call my wife. I need her to bring me back to Earth. I'm like in space, man. So then I get off. I'm like, you know what? I need to lay down. So then I stumble out of there, and at this point, so it went in phases, right? It was awesome phase, pretty cool phase, total fucking chaos, where I felt like I was just spinning, and then it started slowing down a bit. I'm like, okay, the whole world isn't so bad right now. I need to make it somewhere. So I open up the door, and I'm stumbling because I have to go downstairs. So I'm stumbling to get down there, and all I can think of is like, please, just a couple more steps. I need to be able to make it. And sure enough, I make it down, and then I get back on his little couch or his little seat that reclines, and I just sit back. And at that point, I'm like, all right, let's see where this takes me. So at that point, it kind of slowed down again. And I'm like, man, this isn't so bad. I didn't wake up until like 3 hours later, and then my wife texted me like, hey, where the fuck are you? I'm like, oh shit, I'm back.
What time was it?
It was like, I think it was like 11 o'clock, 11 or 12 o'clock. Everyone was gone. Everybody in the party was gone. I was just down there. I'm like, hey, can you pick me up, please? So at this point, I came back. Everything was gone. I'm like, I guess the trip is done. And then boom. I was like, fuck, dude. What was that about? It's to the point now that I have become a bit of a meme in that household. They're like, oh man, you want to get high? Like, how high? Lewis high? Or like, no, they're not that fucking high. So I looked it up, and apparently, so you can't overdose on weed, but there is a thing where they do call it, but like, it's not overdose. I forgot what the term they call it. But when you intake so much of that weed, that your body goes into that state of you just going out of control. So I guess if you want to call it OD, if you will, or as close to as that as you can, that's where I was. And yeah, it was horrible.
So do you blame is the reason why this happened was because you never digested it before?
So the problem that I had was, for one, I had no, because you build up a tolerance for the stuff. Yeah. So the more you smoke or the more you intake it, the more you're gonna need for it. So this was a strong cookie, and my dumbass never had one before, so it was just a complete overdose. Yeah, I was only supposed to eat half or a quarter of that for me to get those effects. But since I ate the whole fucking thing, I'm like, yeah,
this big
done. Yeah, it was like this big. Have you ever seen those memes with the shooting star? The thing. That was me. That was me for like 30 minutes. Oh, it was horrible. So it was enjoyable. Somewhat enjoyable. I want to just fucking die, and then I calm back down. So I was gone. I think I fell asleep for like 3 hours.
You know what the story reminded me of?
What?
You know how you went back and forth with stuff? This shit reminded me of like the Mummy Red Universal Studios.
Oh, I don't know.
Dude, that thing was the most craziest ride I ever went on, dude. Yeah, when I got off, I was like, whoa, I was quiet, bro, like, cause it kept going back and forth and stuff, so it was like the most craziest thing I ever experienced.
Dang. Anyway, guys.
Shut it down now.
Damn. So anyway, guys, that was the story time of the first time I got high. Ugh, fun stuff. Alright, boy, you're experiencing that shit soon.
Nah, dude, I'm good.
Closing statements. This fucker looks like a damn stoner already.
Dude, yeah, the eyes. Dude, everyone at school thinks that. Dude, everyone thinks I get high a lot, dude, at school. Because, like, you know, there was a point where we had to, like, do swimming. I didn't have goggles, so a lot of water went in my eyes, so it was red. And because, you see, I have bags because I don't get that much sleep. So they looked at me, like, every lunch period, because lunch was, like, 2 classes afterward. They were like, what did you...
Did somebody come up and be like, hey, man, you got some of that shit?
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, guys, this is our new home channel. This is gonna be where we're gonna be releasing these types of videos. We are gonna do it more often. We actually just moved to this part of the studio again. But yeah, stay tuned for more. Fuck, I don't even know what to say. Send this shit.